Congratulations. Great of you to come and join us today for a couple minutes. Now that you've had some time to decompress, how does it feel to be staying here in Toronto?
It's awesome. I mentioned it before. My heart was always here. I know I only played one year in Toronto last season, but I fell in love with it, and how could you not being a local kid? So I just wanted term honestly, and I was happy that we were able to get it done. It kind of took a little longer than I hoped, but it's over with now, and I'm already excited for next season. So things are good.
Take us through the
Yeah.
process, and that's awesome. And I think there had been rumors and whispers that seemingly all season long, man, you had a hot start, a great year, a lot of game-winning goals. How far back did the extension talks get underway? And as you mentioned, term obviously a big story for you.
Yeah, so it was kind of brought up around camp. It was no secret we were kind of pressed against the cap. So after my camp, they mentioned that, hey, we might be able to get an extension done early in the new year. Like, hopefully you like it here. They were happy with, again, I had a good start to the season, and so it was kind of always looming around. And then it's business, and the hockey takes over, and you get distracted with trying to win first place, trying to clinch, all this stuff. So it kind of gets pushed to the back burner, and I had no problem with that. I was confident that we would be able to get something done, whether it was towards the end of the season or just after playoffs, and that's kind of what happened. And like I said, it was I was a little bit stressed there, and I wanted to enjoy my long weekend a little bit more, but I was waiting by the phone for that phone call. But finally, it came on Monday, and after a little bit of back and forth, we got it done. So. I'm so excited. 3 years, it's the longest contract I've signed, and I'm just proud and happy that the Leafs have shown that faith in me to be able to give me that extension. So like I said, I'm just excited, and I'm late here for the call. I just got finished up at the gym and did a little workout and a skate. So I'm back on track, and like I said, I'm already ready to get back at it again for redemption.
Nice, good to go. With a big part of you sticking around is also the confidence that the coach shows in you. And with I just was curious, what have you noticed? What did you notice this season from what Chief brings to the table, having another experienced guy that you had in Florida under Paul Maurice? What have you noticed from Berube in this season, and what do you feel your expectations are from him moving forward?
Yeah, and there was a lot of similarities between the two, and I think any good coach recognizes that as long as his players are playing hard for them and buying into the system that they're preaching, then they're going to like you. They're going to give you that those extra opportunities at times, and they're going to want to watch you grow and succeed as a player. So Chief made it clear it wasn't a whole bunch of X's and O's. He knew that we had the talent and the skill in that locker room, and if we came together and just dug in and played a little bit harder than maybe what they were used to in the past, it was uncomfortable at times, and there were times where we'd go on a stretch of 3-4 games where we looked really, really good, and then we'd kind of take a step back and let our foot off the gas and kind of get cute and stuff. And it was just so much about consistency. And that's the hardest part about this league is winning consistently. Every team can win on any single night. And if you don't bring your A game, you can get embarrassed. So Chief just preached that, again, it's not always going to be pretty. It's going to be a lot of chip pucks, a lot of, trying to finish their D-men and kind of a war of attrition, wear them down. But, you could see the success we had once we kind of figured that out. And again, he preached that. He wasn't, he's an intense guy, but he's not, you might think he's yelling a lot. I know they zoom in on him, and he's kind of fired up sometimes. And I think people get a kick out of that, and the boys do too. But he's not coming into the locker room yelling and screaming and pointing guys out. He makes it known that, we know when we need a kick in the butt, he'll give that to us, but he's not going to come in berating guys. He's just going to look at you and say, hey, come on, time to, sack up and get back to doing what we do best. So it just made it very easy. It was black and white. So you knew if you were playing good, you knew if you were playing bad. And I don't think you can ask for much more from a head coach.
I thought the Maple Leafs admin staff did a kick-ass job of announcing your re-signing, and by that, posting the yearbook picture. That had to be, 15 years ago, almost exact. Like, that's so damn cool that you dreamed 15 years ago or whatever that you wanted to be in the NHL, in the show, playing for your beloved Maple Leafs, and you lived it out. How does that feel, Steven?
Yeah, it's still so surreal. I just, again, wanted to be in the NHL so bad, and the amount of bonuses that have come with it so far. And I'm not gonna sell myself short. I know I've worked hard, and I believe I've earned this spot. But just 8-year-old me, 10-year-old me, whoever would be like looking at me right now and just be like, "Holy crap!" Like that's pretty cool, man. So I don't take a day for granted. I think it's the best league in the world, and I just love being able to go compete with the best in the world. So to be able to do that in the city and for the team that I grew up cheering for, it's just like it's you can't even put it into words. So it's cool, very cool.
Who were some of your Leafs or just some of your favorite players when you were growing up that you just connected with in terms of style?
Yeah, I mean, I was a big Mats fan. Obviously, Sundin.
Yep.
Like I had a big poster of him on the wall, and I had Cujo and um, all the Leafs. Like I mean, this was my time, but it was like Tucker. I don't know. I loved Thomas Caberlet. Bit of a weird one, but I was a big Matt Stajan fan. Um,
Okay.
I don't know why
Nice.
my sister got me like a poster of him or something like that, and I really liked it, and I hung him up in my room. But I was a big fan of his too. And then he got dealt to, I think it was Calgary. I wasn't too happy, but
Yeah.
yeah, I know there's a lot of names. It kind of just depended who I was playing that day in the driveway or playing mini sticks. I'd just be somebody else different. But yeah, I was a big Mats fan growing up. I always loved watching him play.
What does it mean to you to be a Toronto Maple Leaf? We talked about your story. We talked about the fact that you were a big fan growing up. Now that you've lived it, what was that experience like? And as you know, on a daily basis, a lot is made about the market. It is tough to be a Toronto Maple Leaf.
Yeah, it is, and it's also not at the same time because again, there's a lot of stuff that comes with it. There's extra pressure. There's a lot more eyes on you, but at the same time, it's like the coolest place in the world to play. Like you have some of the best fans. Everyone's passionate. Like you don't realize how many people are out there until you're like walking down the street and people are just like, "Hey man, like how you doing?" It's like it's always positive, even though like yeah, you can get some crap sometimes here and there, but usually it's positive. And even like playing in the playoffs and you look out in the Maple Leaf Square or whatever, and it's like jammed with like thousands of people. Like that's the craziest thing. The building sold out. There's a few thousand outside, and then like every bar in Southwest Ontario or Ontario for that matter is like packed with people just cheering for the blue and white. It's like it's so sick. So I can't really sum it up and put it into like a couple words, but it's very cool. We have passionate fans, and again, it's tough that they've been waiting so long for a championship, but that's definitely, I know it's easy to say, but that's the goal right now. We still feel like we've got the group that we can get that job done. So it's about digging in and doing a little bit more every single day.
You touched on you just came from the gym, you hit the ice. What does if you can enlighten everybody as to what your off-season training regimen kind of looks like, and when do you start kicking it into high gear, getting ready for the season?
Yeah, so right now I'm working out maybe four times a week, five. The workouts differ. I'm not getting much younger, so I gotta be. It's not always just about lifting heavy and all this stuff. It's about like mobility and moving your body and just being active. I'm skating 1 day a week right now.
Yeah.
Usually that ramps up halfway through July, and then August it's like 3 or 4 times a week. So usually I just read my body. Honestly, I'm not a big, huge regimented guy. I like to get my workout out of the way early in the morning, so I'll go in at 8 for maybe 8 or 8:30 for a couple hours, and then we'll skate after that. But yeah, I'm again, like I said, I'm not getting any younger. I'm 29. I still feel like I'm 23. I feel like I'm a kid at heart, but yeah, I just listen to my body, and I've came into camp fairly healthy throughout my career, so I'm not going to change what's been working. So yeah.
Obviously, lots of moving parts to this offseason. It is a business. We find that on a daily basis in the sports world. You played against Mitch Marner in the OHL, then you were teammates on the Toronto Maple Leafs. How bittersweet was seeing him go to Vegas?
Yeah, it's tough. He's such a good kid. Like, obviously, his skill is world class. His talent level, it's just off the charts. And you guys, I mean, you see it every single night for the past 9 years, and it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
But again, that's the business. And he's such a good kid off the ice, down to earth, super humble. His wife is great too. They just welcomed a baby, and I know the ladies were helping them out with whatever they could. But Steph and Mitch, both great people, and they're going to be missed. And Vegas is getting 2 good people. But yeah, it was. I hated playing against him in the OHL because he was a yappy little guy, and he's always at the puck on a string, and he'd make you look stupid. So it was nice to be able to be on the right side of that for a change, and even getting to play with him that like one game or 8 shifts, whatever it was. Like, it was so cool. Just, he thinks the game at such a different level, right? Like, I'm thinking, get the puck in or like go hound on the forecheck, and he's not even in the same zone. He's behind me, if anything, because he's reading the play, like he's using his brain, and it's like, all right, this is, he's thinking on a different level, and that's why he is who he is. He's just world class. But yeah, I wish him all the best in Vegas. They're getting a great guy.
What do you think of some of the couple of the additions that the team has made? Obviously, 91 sticks around, but also Matias Maccelli enters the mix. Nicolas comes from Vegas. What have you seen from your group that they've added to this team?
Yeah, obviously we know what Johnny's capable of. It's great to see him back for another 4 years. Like, he earned that contract. It's crazy what he did at his age. Like, he just takes care of his body.
Yeah.
And he's such a pro's pro. Like, I'm not even shocked, to be honest with you. Like, he's in the gym every day. He's always doing the right thing. So super happy for him. He earned that contract. This Maccelli kid, I don't know a whole lot about him. I know he's obviously a puck mover and little more undersized, but he's actually bigger than I thought. I think he's like 5'11" or so. But yeah, he's definitely got some world class vision. I think he had a couple good years there 2 years ago or something like that. But I think he just had maybe an off year. But yeah, we're happy to have him. And I know Wazzy from Carolina days. He was actually my first roommate. So big
nice.
body, big power forward, soft mitts. Like, he's got really nice mitts. He'll probably be shooting in the shootout at times this year. But yeah, another great guy. Plays hard. He's obviously a cup champ, so he knows how to win. And yeah, I like the additions we've made.
Steven, last one before we let you go. I was surprised one player you omitted from your list of former Leafs that you loved, and that is Timmy Brent. Did you have a chance to catch the quote? We asked Tim Brent on this show about your quote. Did you see that by chance?
I think I might have, actually. I think someone showed me it, but yeah. I mean,
We can play it for you. Let's play it for
again,
you. We'll get your reaction, okay?
Okay.
Back in November, Steven Lorentz referenced you following a shot blocking parade against Vegas where he blocked 3 shots in the same spot, including 2 on the same shift. Did you catch wind of that? And how flattering was that comment?
Yeah, I mean, my phone blew up when that happened, which was hilarious. But it was flattering. And the first thing I thought about was, gosh, this kid must have been a serious Leaf fan to remember me, But I mean, I love it. I love it for him. He will realize quickly and now that the Leaf fans will love him for that. And they'll probably never forget it. I mean, I can't tell you how many times still today, if I'm back home, somebody brings it up. The Carolina game, and it's just one of those things that I feel like Toronto's fans do such a great job of appreciating third and fourth line players and what they bring, and you just don't get that in a lot of other cities that you play in. So I hope he gets a lot of recognition for it, and I hope the fans love him for it.
What do you think of that,
Wow.
Steven?
Yeah, I didn't see that one, actually. Oh, that's awesome. It makes me happy to hear that, and it's good to see him. He looks like he's doing well. And again, I wasn't like the biggest Brent fan in the world. I obviously really liked him if he was playing for the Leafs, but I'll never forget watching that game and being like, "Damn, that was sick." And I'm glad that he got a little bit of a throwback from that, and people were texting him about that too, because again, that's something that I won't forget. And like he said, like, the fans embracing like the depth players, and it's true. Honestly, I was a little nervous when I came here last year. I was like, okay, I'm not Marner, I'm not Matthews. Like, are these guys even gonna, care about what I bring? And it's been so positive towards me, and I can't thank the people who have been pulling for me and on my side enough. So that's pretty cool. It's special.
Biggest question I'll ask you to wrap today: bigger moment, signing with the Leafs or saying "I do" next month?
Careful. Uh-oh. Yeah, look around. Yeah.
Saying I do for sure. Yeah.
Good answer, Steven. Good answer, man.
But saying I do, yeah.
Congratulations, man. Thank you so much for spending some time. Enjoy the summer, enjoy the wedding, and we'll see you in the fall, okay?
Awesome. Thanks a lot, guys. Really appreciate it. You guys take care.
Make sure to check out more of our content right here on the Leafs Nation YouTube page. We got long form interviews, we got clips, we got epic rants by Jay Roseau. We simply have it all. And don't forget, you can find out much more at theleafsnation.com. Thanks so much for watching.